Hi everyone, Youleidy Vega here with Voice Supply. You are about to watch a video hosted by the team at Digium that's going to show you how to work around the Switchvox interface, but it will also demonstrate how you can put the key features of Switchvox to use in your business in order to increase productivity and also customer experience. So whether you're looking for the simplicity of a hosted PBX solution with a low monthly price, or you're needing the power and control of an affordable business phone system, Switchvox has you covered. So sit back and discover why choosing a phone system that offers the best fit for your business is easy with Switchvox.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to today's Switchvox Cloud demo. My name is Brian Ferguson and I'm the Product Marketing Manager for Switchvox and Switchvox Cloud. And I'm very excited to be here with you guys today and give you an overview of Switchvox Cloud and a kind of a detailed demo of some of it. So just to kind of give you the agenda for today, we'll start with just an overview of who Digium is, who our company is, kind of where we stand in the market, and so you can become familiar with us. Show you kind of the customers that we support today, and then we'll do kind of a high-level overview of Switchvox Cloud, kind of the big picture things that really separate us from a lot of the competition. And then we'll dive into a demo of our switchboard and show you a little bit of the different interfaces that you can have access to within Switchvox Cloud, our user portal and our administration portal, as well as the Switchvox mobile soft phone. So we'll show you those as well, and then we'll wrap up with just a couple of last overview slides. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So Digium was founded in 1999. We are known kind of by three different things now. Number one, we are known as the Asterisk Company. We are the creators, founders, supporters, and primary developers of the Asterisk project. Asterisk is the world's most successful open source communications platform. People come from all over the world to asterisk.org and download Asterisk and build all kinds of communication things with Asterisk. So we are the Asterisk Company. We are the original people that founded it, and now the main maintainers of the Asterisk project. We sell products around Asterisk like gateways and interface cards and software and support for Asterisk to help people build things. Then we have Switchvox and Switchvox Cloud, which are our kind of business phone systems, our turnkey systems for companies that have no interest in building something themselves with Asterisk. They don't have the time or the expertise or the desire to build anything themselves. They just want something that's turnkey, and that's where Switchvox and Switchvox Cloud come in. So Switchvox is an on-premises product, and then Switchvox Cloud is the same exact software but delivered in the cloud. And then we have Digium Cloud Services, and Digium Cloud Services is our kind of cloud product line that also includes Switchvox Cloud, but includes Digium SIP trunking, so the ability to make your phone calls over the internet instead of using traditional phone lines like T1s or PRIs or analog phone lines. You don't have to do that. You can use your existing data or internet connection to make calls. And then we have Switchvox Rescue, which is a redundancy or business continuity product for Switchvox on-premises. So we have a very wide range of products, both for on-premises and cloud. We're privately held, based out of Huntsville, Alabama. We have a development center for San Diego for Switchvox, and then we have a development center and a data center in Atlanta, Georgia for Switchvox Cloud. We're well over 200 employees. The company is growing like crazy. We've had profitable growth since 2002, nearly doubled our net revenues in the last 4 years, and we have some partnership with some very large companies as well. And if you look at the bottom, you'll see all the awards that we've won recently, including Unified Communications Product of the Year, TMZ Labs Innovation Award, so lots, and CRN 5-Star Channel Award for the 7th consecutive year, if you're interested in becoming a partner. And here's just kind of an overview of some of the different customers that we support. This is both with Asterisk, Switchvox, and Switchvox Cloud. So one of the big things that really separates Switchvox and Switchvox Cloud from a lot of the competition that's out there is that we have this philosophy called Switchvox Anywhere. So Switchvox Anywhere is the idea that we have the exact same software across all the ways that you could deliver a phone system. So we have Switchvox Cloud, which is delivered in the cloud as a hosted service. Then we have Switchvox on-premises, which is our on-premises product. You actually have an appliance that you would install in your data center, and you would manage it yourself. You'd have full control. You'd have, it would just be you out there managing your system. And that's how Switchvox traditionally had been deployed since 2007 for the last almost 9 years now. And then Switchvox Cloud came on the scene about 2 years ago. We also have Switchvox for the mobile worker, so you have the ability to have all of the same user functionality from anywhere, whether that's from a laptop or your mobile phone or tablet. And then also we have what's called Switchvox Hybrid, which is a combination of Switchvox Cloud and on-premises. So that's an application that's really kind of gaining steam in a lot of different companies. As companies become, they have more needs for remote capabilities and have multiple offices. So hybrid really combines the benefits of an on-prem system and a hosted system. A great use case for hybrid is a franchise company. So if you can think of like a gas station chain. The gas station chain would have a large corporate office that would manage, a large group of those gas stations, but then they would have all these small gas stations all over the country that may need one phone or two phones max. So instead of having to put an entire phone system at all these different locations or having to put a bunch of equipment and gateways in order to connect it to a big traditional system, with cloud, you just put a phone out there, connect it to the internet, and they can make their calls and have complete unified communications features, from their location. And then with hybrid, it could with Switchvox Hybrid, you can tie it back to your on-premise system that's in your corporate office, and it looks all as if it's one big system. So the person that's responsible for all these different locations can, 3 or 4 digit dial them. They can chat or instant message with all the different locations instantly. They can have a mobile client that's connected to all of these different locations as well. So they are as if it's one big, large enterprise system, but it's connected over the combination of cloud and on-premises. So it's really cool and gaining a lot of steam. And the reason that Switchvox can do that is that we have the exact same software regardless of how you want it deployed. So once you like Switchvox, the next decision is, do I want it in the cloud or do I want it on-premises? All right, so now let's take a look at some other benefits that really separate Switchvox Cloud from the competition. The first one is going to be all features included. So with Switchvox Cloud, you have a user, they have access to everything. You, as the administrator of the system, can lock down those features and turn them off if you don't want them to have it. Like if you have a person that you really don't want them recording calls, or you don't want them to have a mobile application, just turn it off and they don't have it. But they have access to it, and you don't have to go back and add it and pay more money for licenses down the road or to unlock a feature. They have it. You just turn it on and off yourself. You have that control. It can save you a ton of money, and this is how we really stand apart when you talk about cost of Switchvox Cloud. When you take into consideration all the features that are included with Switchvox Cloud and compare it to RingCentral 8x8 or Nextiva, when you actually add the features in that we have, you'll see that we're oftentimes 40 or 50% less than a lot of those hosted providers. Mobility, we have the Switchvox soft phone for mobile, for Android and for iPhone, that allows you to have complete control over your communications experience from your mobile device. So you can make calls, transfer calls, create conferences, view people's statuses, do everything you could ever do from your desk phone. You can do it on your mobile phone, and I'll show that to you here in a little bit. Ease of use, you'll see that everything is very simple. Most people who choose a cloud deployment want simplicity. They don't want to be able to have to manage a bunch of things. They don't want anything that's really complicated. They just want to be able to use simple features. Well, Switchvox Cloud is absolutely perfect for that. Next, we have integration and customization. We have integration that's built in for Google Maps, we have integration for Google Chrome, for Firefox, for Salesforce CRM, where you can, when a call comes in within Salesforce, you'll have a little app within the Salesforce screen that shows the incoming call that comes in. It'll show the contact that it's associated with, allows you to log calls and change leads and change information right from that little application within Salesforce, all tied to Switchvox. So some very, very cool integration, all included with Switchvox as well. We're future-proof. We do 2 to 3 major feature releases a year that constantly improve the Switchvox Cloud service. So you don't have to worry about ever being out of date. And the cool thing about having it in the cloud is we handle all of that administration for you. So you don't have to worry about having a network window set up for your company where you kind of shut things down while you do the phone system upgrade. We handle all of that for you. It's very seamless. We kind of give you notifications of when that's going to happen, and it's always at after business hours. And then the next day, you get all the new features. You don't have to pay yearly for those. It's all included with the service. So you'll always have an up-to-date system. And then we're web-based. This is really great on 2 folds. Number one, from an administration standpoint, it doesn't matter if people use Windows or Macs. You don't have to worry about compatibility issues. It all just works because it works in a browser. And then from a user standpoint, they access everything from the browser, so they can work from anywhere. They can work from their house, from a Starbucks, from a hotel room, on a business trip. They can work from anywhere because they access the system from their web browser, and that includes the administration. So your IT person can be remote as well. You don't have to have an IT person at each of those gas stations or at each of your small offices. One IT person can manage the entire organization, regardless of where those locations are geographically. Now, the last overview kind of differentiator that we have are Digium phones. So Switchvox Cloud is one of the very, very few cloud-based business phone systems that actually has their own phones that are Digium phones, or that are made by Digium to work better than anybody else with Switchvox and Switchvox Cloud. Whereas a lot of the other providers out there use third-party phones like Polycom and Astra and Grandstream and Ulink, and those are fine. They don't have the tightest integration possible, which is what the Digium phones has. They're built to work with Switchvox and Switchvox Cloud. So we have 4 different models today. We have the D70, which is our executive or receptionist phone. It's a 6-line phone, but don't be I'm concerned with that number 6. It can handle up to 36 calls simultaneously. It only has 6-line buttons. You have the D50, which is a step down from that, and kind of back to the D70. The D70 has an LCD sidecar that you see here, and that can house up to 100 contacts. So gone are the days of having a giant Polycom phone on your desk with 6 different sidecars attached to it to give you, 100 people in it, and it takes up 3 feet of desk space. It's very, very simple, compact. And then you can also see status information for all those people as well. Are they logged in? Are they available, away, do not disturb? You can see all that information right from the screen. Then we have the D40 and the D45, which is kind of our base phone, standard user phone. They're actually the identical phone, except the D45 has a gigabit Ethernet switch, whereas the D40 has a 10100 switch in it. Quickly on the features of the phone, you have very easy setup and provisioning. In fact, with Switchvox Cloud, you don't do any of that. It comes to you pre-provisioned. You have smart BLFs. The lights on the side light up in different colors depending on what's going on with that person. You could do different functions by doing long presses or short presses. We have the phone app engine that allows you to do integration with the phone. So just to give you a quick example of this, we have a customer, which is a school district in the Seattle area in Washington, that uses Switchvox, and they have Digium phones, and they have written an app for their phone that actually integrates with their emergency notification system for the school. So if there is an emergency that happens, the phone is shows the emergency notification written on the screen. It actually lights up and makes a bunch of noise. The phone kind of goes crazy and lets people know that there's an emergency going on. So just one way to integrate, another way to integrate with Switchvox with your own business apps. We have a voicemail app that allows you to view all of your voicemails on the screen instead of having to dial in and call in and access all of your old voicemail messages. We have the Contacts app that has all the contacts for Switchvox within your Switchvox and any contacts that you import into Switchvox. We have Call Queues app, so for those of you who have call center functionality needs, you have the ability to view your call queues and get real-time statistical information for those call center groups on the phone as well as on the switchboard, which we'll show you in a little bit. And then we have the Status app, the ability to change your status and view other people's status all from the phone. So as you can see, very, very tight integration with Switchvox, far and away above what you would get with somebody trying to use a third party. All right. So now we are going to jump into the demo portion of today's presentation. So you should be seeing my screen now, and I want to give you an overview of just to give you a feel for the different interfaces that you have access to within Switchvox. So what you're looking at now is the switchboard. Switchvox is actually broken up into 4 different sections. We have the switchboard, which is our user productivity tool. It's a web-based call control application that people have access to where they can make calls, transfer calls, all from here. You can view real-time statistical information for your groups and your individuals. We have the user portal, which each user has access to, that can make some changes to their own extension, so your administrators or IT people don't have to do every single little setup for somebody. You have people that can manage their own extension. You can give them access to this. And then we have the administration of the system, where you get control over the back end, setting up extensions, setting up IVRs or interactive voice auto attendance, press 1 for this, press 2 for that, that kind of thing. Running reports, getting analytics from the phone system, you can do all of that from here. So let's start with the switchboard. So again, the switchboard is a user productivity tool. It is web-based, so you can access this from anywhere as well. So if you're a remote user, you work out of the office, you need to work from a Starbucks on the day, you can still have complete control of the phone system from here. So let me go ahead and make a call so you can kind of see things come in. All right. So I went ahead and made a call, and you can see that the call is attached here on the My Calls window. So I'm talking to Jay here. So with Jay, I can put the call on hold. I can transfer the call to somebody else. I can park the call. Parking the call would mean I can put it on hold, and everybody can see that call that's on hold and answer it from anywhere. So instead of just putting it on hold and I can pick it up, now I can put it on hold and anybody can pick that call up. I can record that call on the fly if I have permissions to do so, or I can just hang up all from here. When it comes in, you can transfer it directly to voicemail. There's lots of things you can do when the call actually is given to you as well. So these panels, or we call them widgets, it can actually be customized. At the top right-hand corner, you'll have this little layout button, and you can edit your layouts. So I can move these around, and you can see it kind of gives you a feel for where that panel might fit best to make it look the best. You can resize them and make them bigger or smaller. So you have complete control over how you want your switchboard to look. An administrator can actually go in and do this for you and create layouts. So they could create a layout for sales and support, how they think that those should look, and then they can push that layout out to those individuals so they don't have to make their own. So it can save you a lot of time there. They can also set up tags, which means they can create a tag called sales and manage that contact list called sales. So if we go over here to the directory, you see tags where it says sales and support. These are all the sales people. These are all the support people that I have in my company. And the administrator can manage this tag and say, now say Cynthia moves from support to sales. That IT person can move them from Cynthia to sales, or it doesn't have to be an IT person. Just it's really simple to do. It can be anybody. Can move them from support to sales. Now on everybody's directory and everybody's switchboard and everybody's phone and everybody's mobile app, that change happens automatically. So nobody has to manage the contact list. All that can be managed globally by the administrator. All right, once they settle on the layout, they can just save it. At the top of the switchboard, you'll see where I can dial a number. I put in a phone number or an extension. I hit dial, my phone rings, I pick it up, and I'm connected to that person. So pretty easy. The layout editor I showed you, this thing at the top button here looks like a clock, is a status button. So I can change my status to available or away or do not disturb, extend away on vacation. These are customizable too, so I can create them in my user portal and have them say whatever I want. And then let's say I choose do not disturb. Now what I can also do is change my status message, and I can change that to whatever I want. So I can say do not disturb in a meeting with the CEO. And I can hit save. And now everybody can not only see that I'm do not disturb, but they can see that I'm in a meeting with the CEO as well. All right, so that's status. This little bell is notifications, so I can set up notifications to let me know when somebody calls, when somebody chats with me, when I get a voicemail. So that if I'm working in some other tab or some other piece of software, I can get a notification in my browser that lets me know that something has happened. So I can use it as a full chat system. We have, and then settings is where I can set up those notifications, or I have converged phones, and converged phones basically gives me the ability to change what device I'm using today. So my main extension is my desk phone for me. I have my mobile phone, so I can change it to mobile, and then anything I do interacts with that particular device. So it allows me to, if I need to work from home for my mobile today, I just change it to mobile, and everything I do happens with my mobile. All right. A couple of these other panels, we have a voicemail panel. Again, kind of like when we talked about the phones, we don't have to dial into voicemail anymore. I have all my new and old voicemails. I can listen to them from here, call this person back. I can mark it as read or forward it to another individual in the system. I can do that. Or delete it from here. Contacts and tags are all the people that I have access to for contacts, or the tag, like sales or support. I have access to that here. I can see that those people are on the phone. I can click on them and get their contact card. So like Erica here, I can see here's Erica's contact card, a picture of Erica. I can email her from here. I can see that she's on the phone or not, see what tag she's of or what department she's in, see her status, dial or call her, transfer, dial voicemail, intercom. I can chat with her or instant message here, and then I can also video chat. So if there's something visual that I need to see, some sort of visual project, maybe something that she wants to show me, I can hit video, and I get a video chat instead of a text chat. All right, so that's the contact card. Again, I can see their status. I can see who they're calling, who they're talking to, and how long they've been on the phone. And then I have these little headphones here. Here are sales tools that I have access to, or training tools, excuse me. So I can monitor people, listen in on the call without that customer knowing that I'm there. I can record a call, record Jay's call here, and then go back and listen to it later. I can whisper, which means I can listen in on Jay's call. I can talk to my employee without the customer hearing. So if I want to give them help through a live call, I can do so. Or I can barge or become part of that call. So really, really great if somebody has had trouble and they need to get some help, and they need my help for that. I can easily barge in and help that particular person. All right. So these other panels here are queue panels. So they are queues are groups of people. So instead of having calls going to one single person, they go to a group of people. So example, my support queue has Steven, Cynthia, Tina, and Erica in it. And right now Erica's on the phone with Jay, who called into the queue. I can tell that it's a queue call with this little identifier here. If it didn't have this, it would just be a standard call that Erica received. So there's 4 different panels that you can do for queues to get really great statistical information. Queue overview gives me all the calls that have come in for this particular day, how many calls have been missed, how many calls have been taken, what the average talk time is. Then I have queue member activity, which is I give each individual person and get their statistics for that day. So instead of seeing just that one person, I can see all of their statistics. And again, I have access to their contact card as well. And then I have calls waiting, so if anybody's on hold, waiting for somebody to answer, I can see who they are, their caller ID information, how long they've been waiting. And then I have my queues here, which is if I'm a member of that queue, I can see the queue that I'm in, my login status. Right now I'm paused, but if I want to unpause and become part of that queue, I can do so. All right. And then how many calls I've taken and I've missed for that day. The other cool thing we can do with queues is we can set up notifications for these queues that say, if a caller has been waiting longer than 30 seconds, alert me in some way. Make a chime. I want a browser notification. I want somebody to alert me or alert the manager so that we can make some changes to that queue and get some more people in there. And you can do that for the queue calls waiting and the queue overview panels. All right. The last thing is the directory. This is the directory over here. It can be expanded or decreased to kind of save switchboard space if you'd like, but this will give me the ability just to have a searchable directory. Here's the internal directory for the entire company, and if I wanted to find somebody, I can just type in their name and pull them up. I can see that those people are on the phone with these little green bars. Again, I have their status information. I have the ability to click on them and get their contact card and and contact them in different ways. Then I can filter it by my contacts, by different department, and get some granular detail down in the directory as well. All right, a couple of last things just to kind of give you an overview here. This is the user portal. The user portal, again, is a user has some user features in here that they can manage themselves. So for example, I have call rules, so if somebody wants to set up like find me, follow me rules. For example, I can have it to where any incoming call that comes to me, I want it to ring my desk phone 4 times. If I don't pick up, I want it to ring my cell phone 3 times. If I don't pick up there, then I want it to go to my business voicemail. Then I can have a different rule that says anytime after hours, I want all my calls just to go to voicemail. So each user can set up different rules of how calls get to them and what devices they ring at what times of day and have complete control over that. My contacts, set up my contact list. Converged phones are the ability to have multiple devices connected to your single extension. So this is very helpful in a number of ways. The 2 most common are you have somebody that has multiple workspaces. So a good example of this is our VP of Sales here at Digium. He works and lives in Cincinnati, Ohio, and has a home office there. And he has a home office in his house where he has a Digium phone on his desk. He also has an office here in Huntsville with another Digium phone on his desk. And then he has his mobile device that he works from all the time. 3 different devices, technically 3 different extensions, but we can converge them together into one extension. So you can have one voicemail, publish one extension to all of us. We call that one extension, and he decides what device he's working from that day and which ones ring. The other thing we can do is we can transfer calls from one device to the other. So a great example of this is, say you need to leave at 4 o'clock today, and you've made arrangements all day long to leave at 4, you've lined everything up, everything's ready to go. Well, 3:55 rolls around, your phone rings. It's a support call, it's a call from my boss, it's a customer, it's a call that's going to take a while, and I have to answer it. So I answer it and I deal with it. In the past, you just have to be on the phone as long as it takes, and you're maybe late to whatever you're going to do. It's just the way that it goes. But now with Switchvox, you can be on that call, 4 o'clock hits, I'm still on the phone call, I can hit **2 on my desk phone, my cell phone rings, I pick it up, I'm on that same call now on my mobile, I can take the call with me out the door, and the person I'm talking to has no idea that anything happened. So I control what device I'm going to use, and even during a live call, I can make that choice. All right. Conferencing, we have audio conferencing to create different audio conference rooms. Each user can have their own conference room. You got multiple conferences going on all at the same time, hosted by your individual users. Another place to answer, to have voicemail and faxes, and then reporting. I can run reports on myself as well. As an administrator, I have setup information to set up lots of different things. For a cloud user, you might not have as many options just because we handle a lot of that for you, so you don't have to do any of this. Tools to set up your auto attendance, press 1 for this, press 2 for that. Music on hold is completely customizable for you. You can upload your own music, you can plug it into a third-party music player, MP3 player, that kind of thing. Reporting, I can run really advanced call center level reports, abandoned calls, redirected calls, run numbers by phone number or DID. Then once you find the reports you want, you can schedule them and say, here's the reports I like, here's how often I want it, and here's my email address. So every Friday at 8 a.m. I get a bunch of reports from my phone system so I can see analytics from that once a week or however often I want it. So really, really high quality, specific and detailed reporting available to you through Switchvox. So we have 2 different pricing plans with Switchvox Cloud, and it kind of for different purposes and for different company types. So the one on the left is unlimited plans. So we have the ability to have cloud plans starting at $29.99 per user per month. That's with a 3-year contract, and go as high as $35 per user per month, and that's month to month with no contract. But again, if you were to compare even the $35 per month per user to a RingCentral or 8x8, and you compare it apples to apples with all the features included, you would be much, much higher than that amount. Then we have metered plans available, and metered plans are great for a company that has really low call volume, doesn't really they want advanced features, but they don't make a ton of calls all the time. So you can have really low monthly rates, as low as $12.99 per user, and then just pay per minute. It's also great for seasonal companies or companies that have some different flows depending on the time of year. So think about it, an accounting firm where you were really busy between January and May, but you're not very busy at all between June and December. So you can take advantage of metered and only pay for what you use. So you're going to save a ton of money during the off season. The other great thing we can do is we have Digium IP phone rental. So one of the great advantages of a cloud system is that you have very, very low entry cost. So you don't have to buy a server and a bunch of subscriptions. You just have each user seat that you pay for, and then that's it. Well, with a lot of cloud systems, you also have the phone to buy. With Digium, or with Switchvox Cloud, you don't necessarily have to do that. You could rent your phones. So you do it as low as $8 per month. That's on a month-to-month contract. It can be lower than that with a 3-year contract. But now you can roll even all of your hardware costs into that one monthly rate. Then we also have a 30-day free trial, and our 30-day free trial is a little different than a lot of them out there, but it really gives you a great and perfect experience with Switchvox Cloud. So we give you free for 30 days. We give you 5 Switchvox Cloud seats. We give you 5 IP phones, so you can actually try out the system with the phones, with the desk phones, and you get soft phones available as well, or mobile soft phones. And then you get a toll-free number for testing, so you can really get the full experience of Switchvox Cloud through the free trial, not just kind of a scaled back or only with the mobile options that a lot of others will give you. All right, so that wraps up today's overview and demo. Thank you, everybody, for attending, and have a fantastic day.
If you want more information or you need help determining which Digium solution is right for your business, hosted or on-premise, give our experts a call at 1-800-298-VoIP. My name is Youleidy Vega, Product Marketing Specialist here at VoIP Supply. Thank you for watching.